the industry is in such a weird spot, and like I've heard that there's rumblings. I'm not even in the union, so what do I know? But I've heard that like because of AI, it, the SAG-AFTRA might be going on strike once more. Or am I inventing this? I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's very possible because I believe our
Yeah.
contract does end soon.
Hmm.
Um, the strike happened 2023, and I do believe the contract was for 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah, I've
So
heard
if we
something like.
want to strike again, it's very possible. But I will say this: AI is so scary right now. Like I've seen the recent developments, like recent ones, and they're incredible.
Have you
It looks
seen
so
Tom
real.
Cruise fight Brad Pitt on the
Cruise
rooftop?
made the acting choices that Tom Cruise makes.
Yeah.
I was blown away by it. And you know what?
Mm,
I saw one of animation and it looked incredible. Here's here's the dilemma that I'm under.
mm,
I don't know if we're ever gonna be able to stop it because it's gone too
mm,
far, unless it becomes like more of a legal thing. Legally, and you know what? I almost think AI videos and be able to make them should be illegal because now people are going to start presenting certain cases with videos, and this is video proof that this person robbed me or whatever. But it's like AI, and we wouldn't be able to tell the
yeah.
difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's become such a dangerous thing, not just for actors and
Hmm.
everything. But it's funny. Have you seen the movie No Other Choice?
I've heard of it. It's
It's
new,
it's
right?
It's out in theaters right now, or I don't
Oh,
know.
the Chinese, the Asian one about like the actor. Oh wait, there's this guy from the whale there, right?
The Whale?
What's?
Uh, he's from Squid Game.
Oh yeah, no, I think I have it on my list to go to the
It is
cinema
so
to watch
good,
it.
but it
Yeah.
tackles literally kind of. It doesn't really like push in your face, but
Uh-huh.
basically, essentially, this is what happens. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but the premise of the movie is this: in Korea, there's like the job market is so small. This guy, he has a career in like working with paper companies, that make paper and sell paper and stuff like that. And the company has a factory that used to have a bunch of people using and working in the factory. But now with AI robots, the machines are doing all the work, and all they need is to hire one person to just supervise the machines. So it used to be a factory full of human beings working, but now it's just machines and one person. So the
Mhm.
job is literally one person. And it kind of is a mirror to what's happening in life and careers with AI, is that AI is replacing a lot of jobs and a lot of people opportunities and stuff like that. And in this movie, the joke is, and you'll see this in the trailer, the joke is he's trying to take out his competition to the point of like murder. It's a dark comedy. So he finds out the other types of people in the city who have any similar job credentials, and he tries to take them out. So that
Oh
way,
right, yeah, I read the
the
plot part.
premise. So
Yeah.
that way, when he if he applies for the job, he's like the only choice, no other choice. He's
Right.
the only choice, and it's like it's really sad because I watched that and it was less of an unbelievable thing and more of a this could happen
Oh,
because
definitely.
like w- they're limiting so much for people who are in the working class because of AI taking over, and I don't know, it's just weird. But there's also this. Imagine you're a comedy writer who writes TV shows like Family Guy, right? Like comedy, but you don't have the money to get an animator to animate your pilot. And then you use AI and AI animates it perfectly. It looks great and it's flawless. And now you and your friends can voice over the roles that you wrote, and now you have a whole show without having to pay much. It's
I've
really
heard that that's like a big plus. Like for example, now I could create a whole, well, not the script because I would like to write the script, but like things that I don't know
how to do.
how to do, right? And I don't have the money maybe.
Not even necessarily things you don't know how to do, but like things that people haven't given you the chance. Because here we are, all
Right.
these we're starting to get our business going, and we're like, "Hey, I wrote this. Will you give me an opportunity? Will you
Mm,
read my script?" And they don't. Or if they do, they're like, "Yeah, I can't fund this. I'm not gonna give you money for this."
mm.
They don't give us a chance, and now there's an opportunity for you to make it yourself without having to wait for it's tricky because like it could benefit people, but it also makes so many other jobs get lost.
Yeah.
It's a really terrible
It's a,
situation. She's
yeah, because I agree. Like for example, like an animator. I don't know how to animate like for a cartoon or something. I have no idea. Like it
or
sounds
you don't have
so
the money to even
complicated.
pay, you know, or you don't
Right?
have the
What?
money, or you don't have the money to even pay an animator, you
Exactly,
know?
exactly. So, but I know how to voice act. I know how to write a script. I can do the other stuff and then post it on YouTube, and it probably gets more views than something that it's
Yeah,
on like mainstream
and your career could take
channels.
off from it,
Yeah,
you know?
having a lot of shows like there's this like animated show called Hasbin Hotel that started like as a passion project in
Uh-huh.
YouTube. I think there's this like there's other types of shows, and now they're big like streaming shows.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
because they've made a product, and then eventually someone saw it and was like, "All right, we're gonna give you money now because you're famous now." And
Right.
if you're not famous and no one's giving you
Yeah.
money, how can you make the things that your project that you're passionate about? And that's where unfortunately AI is helpful, but it's also so dangerous because a lot of other people are losing jobs like animators and stuff. So it's a really tricky situation. And I think the only way that the strike would happen is I don't know. It's very possible. There might be another strike, but I don't know if we're gonna get everything we're gonna be asking for, you know? Unless it becomes like a legal situation in the United States or in the world. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And
there's
also there's so much loss that comes by a strike.
yeah.
Like I because I worked last year, I had the opportunity to work a lot of background stuff. Like that's the main thing that I had income coming from that. Cause like what else? And I met a lot of people who did background as like a I don't know how they did background as like a main thing for
Income.
and have been doing it for like 25 years or something. And they told me how like those years that the strike was happening, like there was no work. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I mean I was here, but I was studying. But
You weren't working in the industry at the time. Yeah.
right,
I
right,
was. I was
yeah.
lucky enough that during that time, during the strike, I couldn't audition for TV or film. There was no audition for TV and film. But luckily I booked 3 national commercials. So that
Mm,
because commercials weren't on strike, it was TV and film and
right,
all that. So I was lucky, but what if the next strike happens and I don't book any commercials? You know, it's like
yeah.
it's tough. The strike is helpful, but also sometimes hard because
Damaging. It's like
a lot of people become
what?
unemployed.
Yeah, it's like hitting your hand. Like it
Yeah,
hurts, and you probably gonna have to or dislocating your shoulder. You're probably gonna have to put something in. But the damage is gonna be
it's
I don't
tough.
know. Maybe ignore the analogy. It
All right.
doesn't.
No,
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Like you could always pop your shoulder back, but it's always gonna be delicate. Like it's always gonna be
Yes. Okay.
you know, and that's the truth. Like I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I think CEOs, the executives, I think they're punishing us for the strike we did last
Oh.
because it
Yeah.
really feels that way when it comes to casting. Because if you hear almost any agent, they're all saying it's really hard to get an audition. That's what they're all saying. They're saying it's really hard because when I first graduated, I was getting auditions left and right. It was easy for me to get an audition, and
Yeah.
that's because I had no experience under my resume.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
was able to go and then COVID happened, and then it went a little less. It was like because now they were doing shows with smaller casts because they didn't want to have 3 people with masks everywhere, you know. And then the strike happened, and now more TV shows have less episodes per season. There's like 8 episodes per season now, where there used to be 20 episodes per season, you know.
Mhm.
and they have smaller casts, and on top of that, I'm a member of I'm not just a member of the of Union of SAG AFTRA. I'm also a member of the Television Academy, which means I'm able to
Mm.
vote for the Emmys and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so that's part of my like duty is I have to watch everything that's nominated. And I did that for the Golden Globes. I watched every single thing that was nominated for the Golden Globes, and then for the Emmys as well. And I watched every show that's in the comedy category or drama category. The same guest stars and co-stars, not the series regulars, obviously, because they're busy filming as a series regular, but the same guest stars and co-stars were all in the other shows. I was like, I'm seeing the same actors. They're like
Yeah.
recycling the same actors, where usually we would see some new up and coming actors have the guest star and co-star roles.
Mm.
And it's like I feel like it does feel a little bit like they're punishing us for for the strike because it got
And why do you think that they were reusing actors then so much?
not as much. They were,
No,
but not
but then why do you think that it was that they were reusing like
right now.
no
Right,
when you saw that like during the
yeah,
strike?
that's now. I'm saying,
Oh, that's now.
yeah, I'm seeing the
Oh,
same actors in all the other shows. You know the actor
oh,
Richard Kind? There's an actor's name is Richard Kind. He's in Only Murders in the Building. He's in Poker Face. He was like literally in all of them. And there was other actors. That was just one example that are literally floating around the same
oh
actors
yeah.
in all the shows. And it's just
Mm.
like I realized, whoa, they're just recycling them. They're just reusing the same actor
Yeah.
and in all the
But why
different
is
shows.
that? I don't.
Because one, they know that they do good, you
Yeah,
know. Two, it's just I don't know, easier. I don't know what it is. On top of that,
yeah.
actors are working more. Actors are accepting more. You know,
Mm,
back in the day, actors didn't have to do that because everything was on cable network, and if they were on one TV show, they would get residuals a lot. But now, if you're on
mm.
Netflix, you just get paid for that one thing, and you don't get residuals. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
So
yeah,
that's the dilemma is the
yeah. That's
actors.
why I've heard so much that the industry has shrunk and like the same amount of people get jobs and work, and then
Yeah,
there's so much people that don't get anything.
and it's become a problem, because
Yeah,
I see that and I'm like, interesting, like um, why why are the famous actors taking so many jobs, even for
yeah,
commercials? Like Keegan Michael Key, he's been working in so many of things, but on top of that,
yeah.
he's
I've
currently in like
seen actually.
3 commercials for different brands. Like, why are you working so hard to do commercials? And one, yes, greed, but two, because the other jobs he's taking are all streaming and he's not getting residuals for them like back in the day. That's why actors didn't do a ton of commercials back in the day. That's why actors could just do like a couple jobs here and then. They weren't thirsty to keep doing more and more jobs and taking
Mm.
more and more jobs because now they're not making as much money as they used to. So they have
So
to.
streaming don't get any residual streaming. Not
It's
not even a little bit.
I get paid for the filming job when I'm on
Right.
all of them. I'm on the HBO Max. I'm on
Yeah.
Netflix, Hulu. I'm on every single
You're on
streaming service.
Peacock.
Yeah, and I get
Which
residuals for like international things maybe. So
yeah.
like I still get some residuals from Suits, but that was a cable network show.
And
You
they're
know,
still playing it. Like for example, I went when I went to the beach. Like I came back a week ago. They had like the I don't know. They had like DirecTV and they had like different channels
commercials.
that aren't regularly here, but they were playing it here. And they were playing Suits. There was a channel that was playing Suits like the entire day, 24/7. And I was like waiting. I was like, hopefully it's because I watched Suits like a long time ago. I don't remember which episode you were on. I was like, hopefully, I didn't remember the story or anything. I was like, hopefully, I Esteban comes up on the show and it's like so like trippy. I don't know, but
No,
you didn't come up.
that's happened before actually. A friend of mine texted me like, I walked into my roommate's room and they were watching this show and you just popped up on the episode.
Yeah,
So it happened before. But
but yeah, but what I mean is that like yeah, here in Chile they were playing Suits on the national on kind of like network
so I
TV.
get some residuals from like those things,
Yeah,
but not from like Never Have I Ever. which was on
Mm,
Netflix,
you're right.
not from like Saved by the Bell, which was on Peacock. You know what I mean? Like sometimes there'll be some
Damn.
national fees, but yeah, no, it's. You know what's weird though?
Mm,
The thing that's weird to me is this: streaming services used to not have commercials, so I
mm,
understood that they didn't have the money to pay residuals. But now
mm,
every single streaming service has commercials. Even Netflix. Like Netflix, if you pay for the cheapest price, there's
right,
commercials. So it's it's weird to me that cable could afford to pay their actors residuals every time the episode aired because brands,
right.
Target, Walmart, whatever it may be, would pay the network to play their commercials.
Mm,
And now they're doing the same thing with the residual for streaming, where
yeah.
they're making a lot of money. They're making a lot of money because we're all paying uh, for our
For
subscriptions to them.
5 subscriptions, right? Yeah.
I get an email every other month. We're raising the price. Great.
Yeah, yeah.
And on top of that, there's commercials now. Like everything, every single streaming service has commercials. So
I think
if you
I have Disney Plus on like $22 a month for no commercials. Like,
yeah, and then at that
yeah,
point they're getting extra money, But
yeah,
it's
$22
it's weird
a
to me.
month is crazy.
It's weird to me that they don't have a system in which they could pay us now, residual
Mm,
wise, you know, or like how like YouTube you get paid off of a certain amount of views. It could be. It's.
mm,
I get that we can't do residuals because anyone can watch any show at any moment. Whereas in cable, it would just be like every time the episode aired, you
right.
get paid for it. But YouTube, you get paid based off views. So if there
Yeah,
was a way to make that happen, like based off views, because when Suits was on Netflix, it was blowing up, and it was a
right.
stream show, but I didn't get any of that money based off of
Yeah.
view, you know. So I don't know.
That might be a good like concession because is that the word? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's so many shows that are like terrible and and no one watches like they release the numbers like there's so many websites that show like the streaming data and stuff like
yeah,
that and so many new because that's another weird thing like there's so much stuff coming out and yet the industry is so shrinked and like short and small
yeah.
uh
Less
but yeah
episodes
like yeah,
season, less episodes every season. There's 8
right.
episodes now instead of like 15 or 20, and on top of that, smaller casts. You know,
Hmm.
the show Lost.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was like
I
how
don't
many
think we'll ever. I don't think we'll ever have a show like that again because it had such a huge ensemble of actors in every episode.
yeah.
You know, I don't think we'll ever have a show like that again because they try to keep
Hmm.
the ensemble, the main cast, small now.
What
Like
do you think is is the future for Hollywood?
I don't know. I try to stay optimistic.
Yeah.
I think I see people are tired of the way things are going, and they're tired of the decisions that the CEOs and executives are making. You know, but I still feel like they keep ignoring the executives. They keep ignoring us. They keep ignoring the audience.
The
So I don't know.
audience, yeah.
There might be a change. I'm open to it. I'm hopeful for it.
Yeah.
Um, because this is a career that feels like it's becoming more and more limited. You know,
Mm.
and
And mm,
stuff.
yeah, I I don't know because I feel like so many like you said like the industry will never be the same. Hollywood feels like I mean there's a fire in Hollywood every year,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
And people I feel like people don't watch films like they used to either and cinemas are also struggling so I don't know it's very decisive points like I always say.
Yeah, and I think people are slowly coming back to the theater. Especially with like subscriptions like AMC A List. It's such a great idea because it kind of makes people feel like, oh, if I just watch 2 movies a month, I've already made back the money I spent monthly on this. So
Mm,
I love movies. I love the cinema, and there's a lot of people I know who are the same way that aren't even actors. So I think there's enough people that are keeping this alive. You know,
Mm.
it's just like people who are
But
really
is it enough though? Because every time I used to go to the cinemas in here or in the US, like it was so empty.
really.
Yeah, at least the times that I went, which were like noon.
Well, that yeah. Who goes to see a movie at noon,
Because
Aldo?
the discounts, the AMC 10% discounts at noon.
But no one goes during the day. People are at work.
Right, that's true. I had no work, so maybe that's why.
No, usually I go. It's pretty filled up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
um
hopeful. I'm hopeful that cinema is gonna do okay because I think people
mm,
realize I love watching movies in the theater. I think so.
mm, yeah, true. I gave myself the New Year's resolution to watch like to go to the cinema here like much more than I used to,
Mhm.
which was almost nada. Yeah. Um,
So
and
that's
I've
amazing.
actually watched like three movies since I arrived, which is not as often as I've liked, but I've noticed like I used to watch it in like my little screen, like in my computer, and it's so the difference is astronomical.
Yes, I agree
Yeah.
because you might get more distracted. You might pull out your phone. You know.
Yeah, and one forgets about it. Like
Yep.
like during COVID, like probably like everyone like got used to watching stuff on their phone or
Exactly.
in their
That's not.
TV.
I'm not a fan of that at all. You know, I
Yeah.
actually watched the Stranger Things finale in theaters, and
Oh,
I
theater did too.
oh, you did? I think I liked it. I
Did
think
he? I don't know.
a lot of people hated it, but I liked
I
it
haven't
because
watched it yet.
I liked it in the theater, you know?
Okay.
Uh, it's
Yeah.
but if you watch anything in the theater, it's better, you know? If I watched it on my
Sure.
phone, the movie, I wouldn't like the movie as much. But if I
Yeah,
watched it,
but yeah,
you know,
it's a different.
like
It's like going to the theater, like the actual theater stage. Like it's you
exactly.
don't watch Hamilton on Disney Plus, the
Oh,
video.
yeah, you know,
Who
like
watches that? I don't know why they did it.
actually, I did watch it because I never watched it on Broadway.
Yeah, well,
Watching on the
for
TV,
those people, right, right. But if you have the option,
I would watch it live, absolutely. But
yeah.
um, I think my thing is this. I think um we get distracted easily on our phones, and you don't really pull out your phone much when you're in a movie theater. And I love that. I love 2 hours of getting away from my phone to watch a story
Hmm.
in high definition and good pixel whatever and sound and comfy chair.
Surrounding sound,
Yeah, like
XD,
I'm a big nerd.
3D,
I love
3XD.
the Dolby Theater. I go there at AMC. So like it's important to me. I love that stuff, and I always
Yeah,
will.
that's amazing.